the first time you've seen this classic film. This is the first time I've ever seen this movie. For real. I'm Mint Salad and I saw The Wizard of Oz. It is directed by Victor Fleming. And if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. Apparently, I was supposed to watch this movie before I turned 15. I don't remember watching any movies before turning 15. My parents failed me there. Anyway, so we got this lady. Her name is Dorothy. She's on a farm. She seems like she's just, you know, chilling. She wants to have a chill time. But she has a dog. Her dog's named Toto. And she also has a very mean and cranky neighbor. I like dogs, okay? I think that dogs are a good sign of character if trained right. Of course, the dog that bit me last year is not a good sign of character, because I like dogs and would never harm a dog, but this dog bit me. Generally, dogs are a good sign of character. So, this dog bites the neighbor, and the neighbor is like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. The dog bit me. I'm gonna get the sheriff to put that dog down. And she gets an order to put the dog down, which is bad. I don't like it when that happens. They're also in Kansas. There's a lot of twisters in Kansas. There's a twister coming right now. The family goes underneath. What are those called? Bunkers goes underneath the house. Storm bunker. I don't own one. I don't know what it would be called. So you got one of those storm bunkers, right? Dorothy's not there. She went to go see somebody. Dorothy doesn't want to be there anymore. And so she's like, oh, I'm gonna find my options. I wanna leave. I wanna run away. But actually, I'm gonna go back home because this person told me I should go back home. And then I go back home, and then there's a twister, and I have to go into the farmhouse, and I get passed out, and the dog's with me, too. And what's interesting is that she wakes up in a very whimsical, colorful world. I like the transition from Technicolor, very yellowy tints, to the whites. I guess black and yellow instead of black and white. I don't know. Anyway, so there's that, and then it gets very vibrant. Like, oh my goodness, it's so vibrant. And it looks like Dorothy has landed the house on top of one of the wicked witch sisters of the east or the west. All I heard was Weast. Honestly, I heard Weast. They just, the two names, they just kind of congealed in my brain as Weast. So we got the two sisters, the wicked sisters of the Weast. Wicked wizard sisters of the Weast. So one of them is crushed. And Dorothy gets these nice, beautiful red shoes that I was gonna buy, but frickin' Spirit Halloween didn't have them my size. Man, why do women have such small feet? Size 6, size 7, size 8, but no size 9? Come on. Isn't that like the average shoe size for a woman? Let me know in the comments below if you actually know if that's a fact or not. Anyway, so Dorothy is instructed to go see the Wizard of Oz on the yellow brick road. And I swear, growing up, I've heard this so much. Never actually haven't seen the movie. I've heard of, oh, you just gotta follow the yellow brick road. And me knowing it was a Wizard of Oz thing. I just intuitively knew, I guess? I don't know how, but I did. Along her road to the Wizard of Oz, she meets some friendly fellows. She meets a tin can who wants a brain. Meets a scarecrow who wants a heart. Oh, wait, it's the opposite. This tin can wants the heart, and the scarecrow wants the brain. Yes. And then the lion is fearful, because he's supposed to be a lion. He's supposed to be a courageous lion, but he's scared. I like how verbose every character is in this scene. And also, it's a musical. Everyone's singing, everyone's dancing, everyone's having a good old time. Also, I should mention that song, Way Over the Rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. Something, something Blue Jays. They're coming for you. That song, I actually heard that song outside of The Wizard of Oz several years back, and it was not a chick singing it, it was some Hawaiian guy singing it. So that's where I heard that song for the first time. So I heard this song, I was like, wait, that's from this movie? Oh my goodness, of course it is. Everything's from this movie. So they're going They're having a dancing time. Oh yeah, having a dancing time. And what's a movie without a little bit of conflict? The wicked sister witch that is alive comes and is like, I'm gonna take you. And then takes Dorothy, right? And so it's up to the friends that she met along the way to help her. What's interesting, the dog is very useful. The dog is very good at causing a distraction, helping Dorothy out in her time of need. What is interesting about this movie is when I saw the witch, I guess I didn't feel that scared for Dorothy because I just knew she's gonna be okay. And plus, the conflict scene happening wasn't that long in comparison to the other scenes where we're introduced to the characters along the way. Well, that's this sister is dealt with. Dead. Both wicked sisters are dead. Now we got the Wizard of Oz, and she's going to the Wizard of Oz. She goes into the room with the Wizard of Oz. She's like, is anyone in here? And she finds out the Wizard of Oz is some guy talking behind a screen. His big old face. He's like Tony from Half the Movies. His face is so big. It's projected out there. Yeah, that's what he's doing. You know what I like about this guy? And I was like, okay, what has made this movie stick out for almost a century now? And I think it's the message. I think the message really makes this movie so, what's the word? Timeless. That's the word I was looking for. And here's the message. Lion, you already got courage. You just need something to keep you telling yourself that you do got courage. A scarecrow, a tin oil man, you already got what you want. You got your brain, you got your heart. You already got what you need. And Dorothy, you could have gone home this entire time. How could I have gone home? Just by wanting to. And so I'm like, okay, so the end message is that whatever you think you're lacking, you do have inside of you, but because you're saying you don't have that inside of you, you convince yourself that you don't have that inside of you. I mean, that's pretty salient. That's humanity just like that. I like it. And so Dorothy, I could go home. She goes home and she's like, oh my goodness, there's no place like home. I'm finally home. There's also what makes this movie so timeless. Dorothy wanted to leave, but Dorothy found a reason to stay, and the reason to stay is to be with her family. Family is all you got in life. That's an important lesson. Stay where you're at. It's also an important lesson to teach people in the Great Depression, or wait, was this the tail end of the Great Depression? This came out in 1939. So I don't know my Great Depression dates. All I know is it happened during the 30s. So stay where you are, hang out with your family. Whatever you think you got, you got. Whatever you think you don't got, you don't got. Whatever you say is true, basically. If you say, oh, I can't get a girl, you cannot get a girl. That's true. You made that to be true because you said you can't do it. But now you say, oh, I can get a girl. Now you got girls you can get because you told yourself, I can get a girl. See, it's just like that. That's what the Wizard of Oz is saying. That's the message. That's the entire message of the Wizard of Oz. That's why it is stuck so firmly in time. And so I gotta give this movie a solid 8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one the platform really likes that. $20 Dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents for 1 movie review for 1 month. Go to this link tree to support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. So I can go here. And until next time, mint salad saw, I'll see you later, my sour croutons and bacon bits. There's no place like home.